Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Kazuha. Kazuha would be shocked the moment you started tickling him, blushing brightly and trying to stifle his giggles. It wouldn't be the kind to laugh loudly, but he would still giggle nonetheless. And once it was all over, he would be blushing, staring at you, before giving you a mischievous look and telling you that it's your turn next. Oh, and he was ruthless, tickling you nonstop. And you knew you had no way out with him. And once he was done tickling you, the two of you were quite breathless, giggling as you laughed at each other's face. And then, you couldn't help but snake your arms around him, holding him close, while he just melted into it, leaning in to press a soft kiss to your cheek. Maybe he liked it more than he said, and he was also enjoying your laugh a little bit too much. Albedo, with the way he teased you so much, you couldn't help but want to get back at him. After all, it didn't help that he was teasing you all the time, making you blush and flustering you. And you felt like it would be really fair if there was anything that you could do to be able to get back at him, at least just once. Before the idea came into your mind that, hey, you could really tickle him. And you really thought he was ticklish. But, sitting on the couch next to you, as you wiggled your fingers against his stomach, he couldn't help but chuckle, telling you, your attempt is really adorable, Wyan, but I think you'll have to try harder than that. He smirked at last, leaning down to press a soft kiss to your hair, before getting up to continue whatever he was doing originally. Dang it, Albedo. He was always going to tease you like this, and it appeared that you were really going to have to try harder to be able to get back at him. Venti. Oh, Venti would be certainly ticklish, though he would try to hide it from you. But one day you had the idea that maybe you should try tickling him once, just to see his reaction. After all, it wasn't like he spared you. He had tickled you before, and you were quite helpless against him, laughing loudly, and that's why you wanted revenge. Going over to him, and waiting until you had his guard down before attacking him with tickles. Quincy shrieked loudly and began laughing, and his laughter, oh, it was a blessing. He never really thought he could be that ticklish, but apparently he was even more ticklish than you were. It was quite adorable. And once you were done, and it was quite ruthless that you had to let go, you leaned down, pressing a soft kiss to his lips. You know, even though you're such a menace sometimes, I guess you can be cute too. Scaramouche. He really wondered if he would be able to feel someone tickling him, because he was a puppet after all, and even though there were many human things about him, he wondered if this would be one of these things. Would tickling him make him laugh? Would he truly feel it? Those questions circled through your mind until you decided that you would test out all those questions and find out the answers yourself. The first time you tickled him, he blushed brightly and immediately pushed you away. It was unfamiliar for him, and he thought you were trying to hurt him before you explained what tickling was, and then gently began tickling him while he just tried to suppress his laughter, telling you that's enough. He was blushing bright red after you left, and was wondering what even made you come up with this kind of idea. It made him blush so much, and it was kind of unused this whole tickling thing. To be honest, he was kind of shocked, and still processing the situation, and just what you did to him in the room. Tighnari? Tighnari actually isn't ticklish. So once you tickle him, he looks at you for a while, trying to figure out what you were trying to do, before laughing loudly, telling you that it was adorable that he thought he was ticklish and tried to surprise him, but he just wasn't. You looked a little bit bummed though, so he wrapped his arms around you, kissing your cheeks and stroking your hair gently. Oh, my love, please don't be so upset. If I could, I would make myself ticklish just to be able to be tickled by you, he says. He knows just what the right words were to say. He makes you blush in an instant as you wrap your arms around him, burying your face into his chest while laughing softly, telling him he doesn't need to go so far as to modify himself to be ticklish. You were just satisfied with the Tighnari that you have right now. He was quite adorable, and he was everything that you need. Xiao? Xiao actually was only tickled once before, by his siblings, the other Rakshas before they died. Sometimes they would do this, and it was kind of embarrassing because he would laugh loudly, which wasn't something that he was used to, until it was managed to fluster him. So once you tickled him, and saw how he laughed, you couldn't help but blush, shy, and telling you shouldn't have surprised him like that. And though you apologize, there is a soft smile on Child's face. A very rare sight indeed. Because the fact that you tickled him, it reminded him of all those memories that he had made with his siblings. The memories that he loved, that held a special place in his heart. Memories that he would never forget, no matter what happened. And those memories, he wanted to treasure. And maybe adding you to the list. Because you too were able to make the best of memories with him. Child. Child was definitely ticklish. But he would be aware. Because the fact that you were going to do something was quite obvious on your face. And he found it quite easy to read you. But when you tickled him, he didn't actually attack or do anything. He just laughed. And his eyes were shut tight from the way he was laughing so hard, blushing, and telling you to stop it. Eventually, though, he did stop, and he was still laughing breathlessly before looking at you. And then, out of nowhere, he lunged at you, beginning to tickle you in return. Child, after all, was not one to let go of his revenge, and he was going to take it, right here and now. Some may say that revenge is a dish best served cold, but the child, he totally had a different idea. And as he looked down at you laughing, and leaned down to press a soft kiss to your lips, he argues that revenge may be served hot too. It's more delicious that way.